Because at the end of it all, no matter what you go through, no matter the ups and downs, you have to receive your baby with love. So just get prepared for the baby. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, today I'm finally coming up with this video, and I can't believe that I'm giving you this kind of videos so late. But for those of you that follow me on Instagram and those that get to chat with me in my WhatsApp, you know what has been happening. It's not been easy, guys. And at first I thought that it would be like other women or like other YouTubers who keep posting even when they are pregnant. And besides, this is not my first pregnancy, and at some point I thought it would be the same as my first pregnancy, but it turned out differently. So anyway, today I decided to put up this video. I know it's not too late, and because of the questions that I've been receiving in my inbox, like so many people ask me about pregnancies, about like weird questions. Some of them are even weird questions. So I decided to put up this video for you guys to answer some of the questions and to update you guys. Today, actually yesterday, I finally started my 30th week, and I'm finally in the third trimester. But I'm going to be giving you updates from my first trimester and everything, because I've never given you any update like about my pregnancy. So first of all, I have some questions here and some guidelines that I'm going to be using. But the first thing, I think I need to show you my baby bump even before. Yeah, so this is how it is. I think it's that dress that is making it to look smaller. Yeah, but it's really big. 30 weeks. Yeah, 30 weeks. And as you can see, even the boobs are gaining. Like I'm gaining weight everywhere. It's really big. I have a friend of mine that we are almost the same weeks, but her belly is not that visible up to now, but my belly is bigger. And even for my previous babies, that's how it is. But I manage. Like a lot happens in the first trimester. That's when someone gets to know that they are pregnant. That's when people go through like a lot, all those signs that come up, the nausea, the morning sickness. But personally, as a person, in my previous pregnancies, I don't get all those signs. Like I don't go through much of that. And the fact that this pregnancy I got to know, guys, when I was 8 weeks. I think most of you watched my video, the very first video that I put up this year. I will try to link it up here. That video, that's when I just realized that I was pregnant. I think it was 8 weeks, because I confirmed with a scan. So I did that test like at 7 weeks or beginning of 8 weeks, and so I had to prove with a scan, which showed me that I was 8 weeks. So that means from 8 weeks and backwards, I never knew I was pregnant. So I'll start from the 8 weeks. So from 8 weeks, at 10 weeks, I got COVID-19. And I also put up that video, so you can go and watch it. I'm not this kind of a person that will get nausea, that will get the vomitings. The morning sicknesses will come a little bit, but not too much. Like my appetite is always on point. Yet I might be selective for some foods in the first trimester, but at least I'll be having some foods that I eat. Like I'll not be like these kind of people that get off like totally no eat. So the time that I resumed work, I remember my bump was already out. Yeah, when it comes to bump, I'm this kind of a person that when I get pregnant, I think before the end of the first trimester, like most people can be seeing it that I'm pregnant. So that is how it was. And most of my clothes were already not fitting. So I resumed work when it was end of first trimester, and I was starting my second trimester. So when it happens to second trimester, the only thing that I remember in my second trimester is the cravings. Yeah, someone was asking me what I always crave when I'm pregnant, because some people do believe that what you crave determines the sex of the baby. Like what you crave can tell the sex of the baby, something like that. People do believe in different things. And someone was telling me, when you crave sugary things, it's a girl. When you're craving salty things or sour things, it's a boy. And personally, I think I crave both. But yes, I do crave sugary things a lot. People that know me, I eat cakes. I love cakes. I love chocolates, and yeah, I crave that a lot. But basically for my second trimester, it's all about gaining weight, guys. And people think that I even have big baby, but if I relate it to my first pregnancy, I don't really think it's about big baby. The fact that even my daughter, the belly was big, but the baby was just average. So my second trimester, the only thing that I remember was cravings, and the energy levels were also high. Maybe the only challenge that I've been facing is the same challenge that I was facing from the start of the pregnancy, and that is stomach pain, which is caused by, I had one surgery on my belly like in 2018, and it was hernia surgery. So that surgery has been bringing me some pains. So that is what I've been suffering in my second trimester. And I think it only reduced, it stopped at the end of the second trimester, after doctors advising me to make sure that I don't have gas in my stomach. So I've been doing that. I've been making sure that I avoid foods that give gas to my stomach, because every time I have gas, that's when it will happen. So that is how I've been managing that. I've been making sure that I don't have gas in my stomach, drinking plenty of water, and I'm just so lucky that I think it's only the first trimester that I faced it like having difficulty in drinking water. But most of the times from my second trimester till now, I always have my bottle. Taking water is not my problem, and that has been helping me with the gas, because the other challenge that I had in the first trimester was constipation, which I also managed in the second trimester through doctor's advice, drinking plenty of water and trying to avoid foods that give gas. That is what I've been doing, and I think I'm managing it. Yeah, I'm managing it, because so far I have really less pains and they don't always happen. So that is how my second trimester was. No, cravings, which whereby I'm still cravings, that my appetite is always high. Like I always have this super appetite during my pregnancies. And I think this pregnancy I've really managed eating lots of fruits, not like my previous pregnancies. Like I've really done lots of fruits this pregnancy. I think I've been trying 3 to 5 servings a day of fruits. And then when it comes to tea, I've been making sure that I don't put sugar in my tea. I've been minimizing a lot when it comes to putting sugar in my tea. The fact that I eat like so many sugary things, I've been maximizing taking more water than teas. So that is about my second trimester. And for the third trimester, I've just gone into it for few weeks, so I can't really tell how it will be. But normally it only comes with the pelvic pains, because the baby is already growing and the baby is going down. So the fact that this is not my first baby, some of these things are not really scaring. Like for first time moms, I know what really happens, and I know how to handle some of them. Like for example, when it comes to the pelvic pains, I normally do the walkings, because the walkings help me a lot. And I also do some exercises for the pelvic, and the exercises that do prepare me for giving birth. I know that most moms don't know about this, but if you go on YouTube, or if you go, mainly YouTube, I do use YouTube, you'll get to discover lots of exercises that you can do in the third trimester. There are actually exercises from the first trimester. And one thing that I forgot to talk about, in my first trimester, I had developed back pain, and I only fought that. I only treated that through exercises. I basically went on YouTube and searched. I think I can't look for that video. I would have linked it up for you, but you can just go in YouTube and search exercises for back pain, exercises for first trimester, or anything that you want. So I did exercises, and I treated the back pain that way. So the same thing with the pelvic. When you're in your third trimester, because of the weight, the baby is trying to engage down, especially during towards the time of giving birth, you can only help you can only try to reduce that by doing lots of walkings and also doing those exercises, especially like personally one of the exercises that I do are the leg kicks. I think they call them the leg kicks. Yeah, some people do call them the leg kicks or the donkey kicks. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I've been doing in the third trimester. And of course my appetite is still on point, guys. So about the weight gain, yeah, I've really gained weight. And some people do have this myth that when you, some people, okay, it's not a myth, but some people do think that when you have too much weight, like for example my belly is always big, people think that your baby is big. But personally, I don't know if how this baby will be, but for my daughter, yes, I had big belly, but the baby was just average weight. So sometimes I think it's just us taking all the food. It's not automatic that the baby will also be big. So that is how I think the third trimester is taking me. And then when it comes to like energy levels depend, I think they also depend on the person. And personally I've faced it somehow this pregnancy, like even right now. And I think that's one of the reasons as to why I had to give myself rest from uploading so many videos. Like sometimes you have to deal with work, you have to deal with home maintenance as a person, washing, cooking and all that, and again you have to top it up with YouTube. So I had to give myself a little bit of space because it was really killing me. I was doing it too much. About the questions that you guys asked me, someone asked me, it was really a funny question. Someone asked me, are you really normal? Like, how is it? She has never given birth and she was asking me, how is it like when you're pregnant? Are you really normal? And I think I'll answer this like two ways. Yeah, to some extent we are normal, to some extent we are not normal. To some extent we are normal, to some extent we are not normal. The fact that there are things that we can't do like other people do. You don't have to bend, you don't have to lie on your tummy like this, like you don't have even to eat some food, some things that I didn't even know, like you don't have to eat some food. So that makes us a bit abnormal. Yeah, we don't have to carry heavy things, some of those things, like heavy things, not just less heavy but heavy things. So I think that makes us abnormal. But when it comes to the other side, yes, we are normal. Like, what makes us abnormal? The second question that someone asked me was, how is your pregnancy related to the first pregnancies? Honestly, guys, for me, maybe for other people, there is totally no relationship between this pregnancy and for my first babies. I am this kind of a person that used to think that, okay, if my first baby it was so easy, then maybe even the first baby it would be so easy. And that's why to some point I thought I would share with you guys like the whole pregnancy journey, because I knew my first baby it was the easiest pregnancy. Like my daughter, even the first one, it was the easiest, like they were the easiest pregnancies, nothing at all, no complication at all. But when it came to this, it was different because of the surgery I had and maybe because of the environment. So when it comes to the relationship between the pregnancies, I really doubt if they are the same. Maybe to some people, but to those that are moms, you can write down in the comment section and tell us if your pregnancies are really related, if you have more than one child. But for me, they are really totally not related at all. This one is so different from the first ones, and I actually started thinking that even the labor will be different, because my daughter, the labor was the easiest. So I don't know how this one will happen. So the other question is, what is your biggest fear? It's one lady, she's also expecting like me, but for her she's a first time mom. And you know, people have different fears when they are pregnant. People have really different fears. Yeah, people go through different fears, and some of them I think are caused by past experiences. To some fears, they come because someone is a first time mom, they don't know what is going to happen. And especially when it comes to the time of labor, I know you guys, if you've ever given birth or if you've ever seen anyone that is going through labor, you know what I'm talking about. Like we go through pregnancy for 9 months, but that time of labor is also something else depending on the person. Yeah, depending on the person. So she told me that her fear of pregnancy is not even just the pregnancy itself, but the labor, that time of labor. And then some other people are like, it's not even labor, it's not the pregnancy, but that's time of raising a child. Some people have that fear. The only fear that maybe I have right now for my daughter during that time of pushing. To some ladies, I think some ladies have experienced that, but not every person. They get to cut in your V. If you've given birth normally, they get to cut in your V, and then after they have to put stitches for you. So that was my biggest pain, and that is, I think, one thing that I can't even forget. Like, it was my worst experience in labor. My labor was the easiest, but that part, oh my God, that cut. So that was my biggest fear, but it's still not something that I would really have too much fear on. Yeah, I think I'm just a strong person. It's not, I always have this thing that everything I'll go through it and it will come. I had to change the sitting position. So anyway, guys, I was still sharing with you, one of the fears that most pregnant moms go through is choosing between a C-section and a normal delivery. I think that's how we term them, a V-section, V delivery, and a C-section. Yeah, and I think it's because of the world that we live in and how people talk about it. So some people think that having a C-section is like a failure in life. Yeah, that's what some people think. And normally when you go in hospitals and doctors start telling you your baby is big, your baby is in bleach section where the baby is lying down, your baby is in transfer section. So most moms start formulating it in mind, or maybe I'm not going to have a safe delivery, maybe I'm not going to be able to push, maybe like so many things come into the mind, especially when it gets to third trimester, because that's when the doctors tell you, I don't know if it's the beginning of the third trimester, but it reaches some month when doctors tell you the baby might not be able to change the position, that the chances are really low for the baby to change the position at that point. So most moms start getting that fear of, maybe I'm going to go for a C-section. Like, a lot happens. So personally, I've experienced both of them. My first baby, it was a C-section. My second baby, it was a V delivery. I've experienced both, and I know what it means. A C-section is never a failure. Personally, the advice that I give pregnant women, especially for now, the third trimester, because most of the people that ask me to share this are in their third trimester. We are just few weeks away from each other, is to care about yourself, to give real care about yourself, to take what the doctors tell you to do, to take your minerals, to take your vitamins, and to get prepared for your baby. And by the way, I didn't share about this in this video. I didn't get ready to share about this, but I think I'll get time and I share about the basics, like when you're pregnant, how to prepare for that time of having baby, which things you should have, the must-have things during delivery. And I hope I can share such videos if I get time, but most probably I will, because now I'm doing better. So I'll be sharing that in one of my coming videos, the basic things that anyone should have. I wasn't so ready to share about them today. I didn't want this video to be so long, but basically that is the advice that I give anyone. Having inner peace as a person, especially with the time that we are going through of COVID, a lot is happening. Give yourself peace. Take what the doctor tells you to do. Care about yourself, take the vitamins, and most importantly, start preparing for the baby. This is your final trimester, and this is the best time for you to start preparing for your baby. If you're a first-time mom, there is a lot that you have to learn, and I just hope I can share that in one of my videos, my next videos. Especially someone asked me to share about the basics, some things that any expecting mom, like towards delivery, things that they should buy for their babies, the basic things. I think I'll try putting up that in another video. I didn't want this video to be so long. So those are some of the things. Getting ready. So this is the perfect time for you to start talking to your baby, for you to start speaking to your baby, for you to start speaking anything that you want for your baby. I think I can share this in another video. Yeah, I think I'm going to share this in another video about how to get prepared for your baby, about how to get prepared to be a parent. Yeah, otherwise guys, I think this is enough for this video. I was just sharing about my pregnancy experience, and I hope this video can help out someone out there. And yeah, I think you guys have got to know a lot about what has been happening. Thank you so much guys for watching. I'm already tired. Thank you so much guys for watching. Thank you for your support, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.